What is the deal, beautiful people? It's your boy Ramon, Lifestyles Defined. Before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to our Snapchat account. I encourage you guys to run on over there, follow us, LD Familia. It's in the link in the description below. That's where you can talk to us directly on a daily basis. I really enjoy the conversations we have with you guys over there. But on to today's madness. Huawei. Huawei is getting the business in the news right now, and they're getting it from a few different angles actually. So they've been caught lying about, pretty much lying about the capabilities of that P9, and I think this is interesting. This is something that we've seen before. Comes to mind with Nokia. I remember when Nokia first revealed, I think it was the 1020, and they were talking about that axis or optical image stabilization system. They had this girl riding on a bicycle, and the video was amazingly fluid, and then they passed like a truck, and in the reflection of the truck window you saw the girl, of course, and then there was like a dude. There was like three dudes in a van on the other side filming with a full-on film rig. So people didn't take that lightly. And what I thought was the most interesting part of Nokia's blunder there was the fact that the camera was actually really capable. They didn't need to pull such a stunt. So that is kind of what I've been seeing, or what reminded me of what reminded me of what that was. And I started to dig a little more. You know, this phone came out, and I thought it was a cool phone. I have a Huawei here, my Nexus 6P. This is my daily driver, and I was shocked at the hardware, the quality this company was capable of, and I guess they've been drumming that beat for the last few years. You know, people are becoming more familiar with the brand and what they can do. So when I saw this phone, you know, I thought it was dope. The design was fine, the specs hit hard, it had everything you could want. But the one thing that did stand out on what's under fire here, well, not really under fire, but it's got a lot to do with it, was the fact that it had this new dual lens setup. And I've been paying attention to it. I saw the Pocket Now review, and I really trust those guys over there. Juan Bagnell, is that his name? I hope I didn't butcher it. I really trust his reviews. I quite enjoy the depth that he goes into really testing these cameras. And when it was all said and done, this dual lens produced some really good images, but it was no better than the heavy hitter on the market, right? We're talking the Samsung, the Galaxy S7 or the Galaxy 7, whatever they call that thing these days. And to me, that was sort of like, wow. You know, there's a lot of effort that went into that phone and that dual lens thing. And we've seen different companies try different things, but every time it seems to come down to way too much effort for not enough results. And the interesting thing here is when you dig even deeper, you sort of find out that it's not a Leica engineered device. I mean, Leica probably had a little bit to do with it, probably like 30-40%. The glass is not Leica. The way the algorithms, the way it determines the image and then creates an image is not Leica. So literally all you got here is these Leica themes, or these Leica, what would you call it, filters, something that you would find on like a true Leica camera, but supposedly they tweaked it, yada yada yada, whatever. Things didn't look that good, but it was still a decent phone. Now, I say all of that to say, too much effort, not enough return, and at the end of the day, in my mind, it leaves me thinking that this Leica thing was just another marketing scam. Two brands, I wouldn't say scam, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Two brands getting together to celebrate themselves and push a product. And I feel like there's a lot less of that these days. And I thought it was trending in a good way for this phone, but that wasn't what happened. If you look at, let's look at the Nokias. They always have that Zeiss on the back. And, you know, Carl Zeiss does the damn thing in the photography world. And by and large, that Zeiss is always critically acclaimed. It's always sharp glass on the back of a phone. you know. And I feel like when people advertise, no, we've got Sony glass on the back of our phone, the cameras are pretty good. But here it's sort of like you went out and you got a giant, and then you got a gimmick with these two lenses, and then it sort of leaves you nowhere. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the phone. I do like the design. I don't like the concept behind the camera. And then here they go with this madness. So you got the folks over at I forgot who it was. I think it was Android. Yeah, the article said it was Android Police, and they were, I want to say they were quick to see the buffoonery. So in the photography world, there is a lack of sharing knowledge. People want to be greedy. People want to hold on to their settings, yada yada yada. Because of this, there's very few places you can go to see an image and actually see the metadata of that image and how it was made, how it was shot. What is the metadata? The metadata is the actual the mechanics that are recorded from the camera into the file. So things like your f-stop, things like your shutter speed, your ISO, the date, the time, the name of the camera that shot it, the lens that shot it. These things are recorded into every file, every picture that's taken. And one of the two is Flickr. Flickr's been known for this. It's a good place to do your research. You know, you see this crazy sunset and you go, how did he do that? Well, you go on Flickr and you look at his settings and you think and you go, I'm gonna go out and try that. So that's the benefit of knowing the metadata of a picture. And the other would be Google Plus. I think this is something they enabled recently. So when this image was put up, it had some marketing buffoonery behind it. And here we go. We managed to catch a beautiful sunrise with the delicious Ella, whoever she is. I suppose that's the model. The Huawei P9's dual Leica lens makes taking photos in low light conditions like this a pleasure. Reinvent smartphone photography and share your sunrise pictures with us. Now, no matter how you slice that, they're saying that the Leica P9 phone took this image. And then it's sort of one of those things where I look at the image and I go, well, did the PR person have any idea what they're talking about with photography? There's glaring sun coming off of that image. What are you talking about, low light? But nonetheless, the folks over at Android Police saw that it was not indeed an image taken with the Leica and or the Huawei, the P9, and Huawei immediately pulled it down, and they came out with this sob ass story about how they didn't mean to mislead people. Like, bullshit. You got caught. Own it, baby. What, you know, the thing I remember most about Nokia's blunder is days later they had actual footage from the camera, the same camera, what they were trying to portray. They had honest footage, and it was like, damn, that is really good. You know what I mean? And it made it even worse. It was just like, you guys, this is amazing. You didn't have to cheat. And I feel like these guys here should have gone the same route. It's like, you know what? My bad. We got caught slipping. Here's some amazing images taken straight off the phone just to show you that it can do it. So I don't know if this is yet to come, because this story's been floating around for a little bit. And I didn't like the way they handled it. In fact, it's such a snarky way to respond, as if like, oh, we didn't mean to mislead you. Like, motherfucker, yes you did. And you did. You know what I mean? So and I hate to see things like this from a company that's been doing so well and working to come up the ranks. It's like, guys, you didn't need to do this. And let's be honest here. This is not something that you can blame on the company. At the end of the day, it is the company that's doing it. But it's probably just one or two piss poor decisions from a PR executive somewhere, or, you know, somebody not double checking and saying, wait guys, we can't do this. That image is not taken. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's the company that's suffering. And I think the Huawei, the P9 is a dope phone. I like what I see in that phone. I think the design is cool. I dig the dual lens thing, but as a photographer myself, I don't want to hear your gimmicks. I want results. And it didn't really give results, but it's still cool. You know what I mean? However you look at it, it's cool. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Will you nail Huawei to the cross? Are you upset? People who bought the P9 Are you happy with that phone? I would love to see. Tag us in some of your images on Instagram. I'd love to see that. It's your boy Ramon. I'm out of here. Peace.